Microsoft. The Halo series just completed its second season. And if you remember back to last year when I talked about the original series, I was thoroughly upset with that series. It was just for a series based on Halo, it was not good. If it was something else entirely, then it might have been decent. And I honestly tried to give it a lot of leeway because I know that they said from the jump that it wasn't a literal sort of retelling of what we know. They're using the existing lore and being inspired to create something new. Okay. First season, that didn't go too well. The second season, though, it's like the first season, it had to crawl for the second season to run. For the most part, the second season was some damn good television. I will give you that. I saw someone liken at least certain episodes akin to Battlestar Galactica and that sort of political intrigue. And that's exactly what it was. I really enjoyed it. I love the political intrigue. I loved Pablo Schreiber's Master Chief. One of the things that a lot of people really got their panties in a bunch about was the fact that one, especially in season one, that Master Chief took off his helmet too much. Season two, he's damn near out of his armor for most of the series. I thought that worked perfectly. I think that made Master Chief more of a hero, more of a man than the games do. And I think even with toward the end of this second season, it talked about Master Chief as a symbol. And I think in the games, they do a very good job of showing Master Chief as a symbol, but not so much as a man, not so much as to why this man inspires outside of he's just kick ass on the battlefield and killing the covenant, yada, yada, yada. The series did a very good job of really showing him as a human being, which made him even more of a hero, in my opinion. So, key points, key things I really loved about the series, the second season. The pacing was really good. I enjoyed the pacing. Um, Two, this is one of the things I hated so much about it, but the drastic divergence from the video game and the lore that's been established there. As someone who is very familiar with Halo, you're always on the edge of your seat because you don't know what's going to happen. Because there are characters who have passed away, who in the series, who are very prominent in the game, well past the original Halo. Um, you have these side characters, Quan and all of them, who were really annoying first season, whose side stories I really enjoyed, especially as everyone kind of came together. I really, without all the backstory, the characters, they're better characters, in my opinion. And maybe that sounds weird to say, but they are better characters as with regards to the story that's being told season two compared to the story that was told in season one. I felt like season one with Quan's character as well as and I forget Bokeem Woodbine's character's name. I felt like their stories took away from Master Chief. I felt like it took away from the story I wanted to see on Reach. This season, their stories were interwoven very well with Master Chief, with the overall story arc of what was going on with Reach. And one of the things I said last season was when the series when Reach gets glassed, that's when the series will get better. And that's exactly what happened. I want to say it's like what happened. From the start of it, it started getting better. Then when Reach was invaded and then ultimately fell, the story that was told, it was heart wrenching. It was such a testament as far as human ingenuity and human strength and fortitude. And it really established Master Chief as Master Chief, as to why they would look to him, why they would put their faith in him. That was really on point. Things I didn't like about the season. Let me be frank. There's one main thing I didn't like about the season. The flood has already been introduced. They didn't even make it to the Halo, and they introduced the flood. And the whole introduction of the flood was so generic. And excuse me, but I hate the trope of stupid, nosy ass scientists grabbing shit they don't need to be grabbing. I'm sorry, you can tell it really pisses me off. Grabbing things they don't need to be grabbing, opening things, and then things transmitting all over the place. And now it's literally like any other zombie movie you've really seen. And I didn't like that. There is something about the introduction of the flood in the game because one, you never see it coming. Like you literally never see it coming. It's like you get to that, and I believe it's a silent library. You get to that, and the flood's there, and it just totally changes the dynamic of the game. Like period. The way it was introduced in the series with Halsey and her daughter, and the fact that you had this forerunner technology on this planet they were at, and and Quan and them is connected to the forerunners somehow. The fact that that's established now. Again, there's a change from the lore, but I don't understand what they're going to do. And I'm a little agitated at that because I don't know what they're going to do, but the fact that the flood was introduced in this way, it was such a generic zombie movie sort of introduction. There was no flair, there was no surprise. It was just stupid human beings doing stupid human being nosy scientist stuff. And that irritates me like I don't know what. Because it really was just they didn't have to do it that way. They didn't like Halsey and her daughter. Her daughter hadn't been there most of the damn season. There was no need to have her there. There was no need to introduce the flood in the way that they did. Like seriously. I know all of that's connected to Quan and everything, but there's really no need. And that pisses me off. So now, like, even with McKee's character was actually written very well this season. I am not upset the fact that her and John have this connection to the Halo in some way, shape, or form. I am not upset about that. Again, last season the whole thing about Marquis' characters, the fact they had sex, I'm like that was really you didn't need them having sex to foster this connection between them because their connection was about the artifact, not about them having sex. So I really don't understand that decision. Another high point, the action scenes were on point. I think they went to a redesign of the Covenant elites. I thought it was very well done. It looked less, and this may sound weird, less video gamey compared to last season. I felt like this effects for the Covenant last season were not up to par. It took me out of the action. I think that this season, not I think this season, really did a good job with special effects. I like seeing the different types of the Covenant, not the elites. You saw the elites, the brutes, and all the other ones. It was very well done. The action scenes in general were just very well done. I feel like they had a better fight choreographer, especially when Chief fought the Arbiter in the season finale. Thought that was very well done. But They did have some good action sequences, hand to hand combat. It was overall, the season was such, it was so good. It was, I wouldn't say it's a total redemption from season one. Mostly. I would say if season one was a five, season two was like an eight. Pushing a nine, maybe 8.5. The introduction of the flood really kills it for me. It really, really does. It kills a lot of the goodwill I had toward the series. Not a lot, but it kills that goodwill that'll bump it up to a nine. Because really, I enjoyed watching the whole season, even the frustrating parts of the flood. I just thought that this season overall was really well crafted. They told a really good story. They had really good character development. Again, except for Halsey, Halsey can go. I was happy when I thought she was dead because she's her character's annoying and always causes trouble. In the case of the flood, always causes trouble, even though it wasn't directly her daughter, it was her daughter's fault. And her daughter, she get it from her mama, and that's exactly what happened. She got the nosiness from her mama. So other than that, it was just a really well done series, a really well done season. And consider how much the series has now diverged from the show. Excuse me, the show has diverged from the games. I am excited to see what series three or season three has to offer, especially since we ended, or the season finale was bookended with Chief talking to, was it Guilty Gear, Guilty Spark 343 inside of the Halo. So I'm interested to see what happens there. But then, even going back to the flood, what's going to happen there? Because the Halo's whole existence is to eradicate the flood. So I'm interested to see and excited to see what happens in season three when it drops next year. So that's my take on Halo season two. Next up,